Hi everyone, it's Bretta from runforefoot.com, and today I'm going to be doing another minimalist running shoe review for Forefoot running, and I'm going to be talking about the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO. In my opinion, your feet can never be too strong for running, and this is one of the big long-term payoffs of the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO is that aside from being so incredibly comfortable, the KMD EVO is still thin enough as compared to most traditional trail running shoes. The KMD EVO by Vibram is still thin enough to allow sensory input penetration to help facilitate stronger arches, more resilient, injury-proof, stronger soft tissues within your foot structure. Ultimately, you will never want to go back to regular running shoes after wearing the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO. Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO is essentially one of the best things for your feet aside from going barefoot, because these running shoes, they don't rob your feet of their natural foot function. Instead, the lack of motion control characteristics makes the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO a powerful force to stimulate and enrich your foot strength, body posture, and running form. After running in the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO, you will be telling the same story as many wear testers, as the wide-scale natural feeling of the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO makes a huge difference in your running form capabilities, as well as helping to reduce your injury. What distances and events are the KMD EVOs good for? You're looking for a Vibram 5 Fingers running shoe for the track, for the marathon, for running long distance in the trails, for running on uneven terrain or over tough rocks, if you do a lot of tough mudders or Spartan races. Vibram 5 Finger brings you the KMD EVO, and this is what this shoe is good for. It's good for all of these events that I just listed. And the KMD EVO is essentially where the real fun in running begins. Why is that? Well, because like all the Vibram 5 Fingers running shoes, the KMD EVOs are constructed to encourage you to run correctly, to help you get off to a better start if you are a new runner who is looking for a better alternative to running barefoot. The colors, the fit, the function, and the breathability of the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO minimalist running shoe is amazing. However, the KMD EVO does have a thicker outsole, especially it has a thicker outsole of the balls of the foot. The KMD EVO has more underfoot protection than the Vibram KSO Classics. It's thicker than the Vibram KSO EVO, and it's also thicker than the Vibram Bikila EVO. But the KMD EVO is a little bit thinner than the Vibram 5 Fingers Trek Accent, and the Vibram Treks are essentially Vibram's super trail running shoe. The Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO has a total of 11 millimeters of underfoot protections, 2 millimeters of EVA sock liner, plus 6 millimeters EVA midsole protection, plus another 3 millimeter rubber outsole protection. In terms of padding and overall structure, I would say that the KMD EVO is very similar to the KMD Sport LS. Now, even though the outsole of the KMD EVO is slightly thicker than most Vibram 5 Finger running shoes, the outsole is still responsive and helps snap your leg up. So you do get a very quick turnover. You do get a lighter interaction with the ground. You're not pounding the pavement like you would in regular thickly cushioned running shoes. Within the KMD EVO, it's still good that you don't lose a tremendous amount of sensory input from the foot. So you still retain some connection with the ground when you run in the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO, but at the same time, you might still need to concentrate a little more to preserve your forefoot strike landing when you run in the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVOs. You will have a significant problem if you heel strike in these shoes, so don't heel strike in the KMD EVO, as doing so will overstress the body. Nonetheless, you should always be thinking about your foot strike landing anyway when you run, because landing on your forefoot substantially increases your running efficiency and reduces force production demands. Heel strike running is one of the most defining challenges for a runner. This is why forefoot running naturally provides better protection against injury, particularly at your knees. Beyond that, let's talk about other specifications that I really like about the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO. Despite the added protection of the Vibram 5 Fingers KMD EVO, the protection does feel a little bit foamy or squishy. So if you love cushioning you will like the Vibram Five Fingers KMD EVO. But like I said, the KMD EVO still gives good ground sense. As a matter of fact, it gives better ground sense than traditional trail running shoes. You are less likely to execute undesirable mechanics in the Vibram Five Finger KMD EVOs as if compared to running in the traditional trail running shoes, which have so much more padding, which is why traditional footwear makes you completely out of touch with your landing strategies when you run. The upper of the KMD EVO is of a weaved mesh-like material, which is stronger and more durable than the upper of the Vibram Five Fingers Bacula. The upper of the KMD EVO also feels much more comfortable than the upper of the Bacula EVO, so you can wear the KMD EVO sockless. Overall, I think you'll be really satisfied with the robust durability of the upper of the KMD EVO, which is why this shoe is popularly worn for Tough Mudders and for Spartan races, as well as other obstacle course events. Aside from having a very solid, sturdy construction, one thing that I really like about the KMD EVO is that the shoe has better odor preventing technology, so they end up smelling better than other Vibram Five Fingers. KMD EVOs are also well ventilated, so your feet don't sweat as much in them, so they're great for running in the summer. The toe sockets are also very flexible, and this allows your toes to spread out very nicely, enabling you to run more strong and sturdy and steady. But the toe sockets of the KMD EVOs fits better around your toes than most Vibrams, which makes the shoe fit essentially like a glove. The upper of the KMD EVO forefoot stretches really nicely, so it stretches nicely over a bunion or if you have a wide forefoot. The Velcro straps gives a more secure fit, so the shoe doesn't slide. Your foot doesn't really move around in the shoe. It actually locks your foot more securely in place with the shoe. The adjustable lacing makes the shoe very easy to put on and take off. As I just stated, these shoes are very breathable, so they are great for running in warmer weather. But if you wear the KMD EVOs with toe socks, you can run in cooler temperatures as well. They're good for running on sand, again, making them a prime choice for obstacle course events. They are also excellent for running on smooth roads as well as gravel roads, given the added underfoot protection. You're not going to feel sharp stones in these. The tread really provides good traction and grip. The tread is more grippy than the previous EVO models. You run with greater steadiness on wet surfaces, and it handles very well on slippery terrain. The KMD EVO aren't just for running. They are also great for cross training like CrossFit, jumping exercises, burpees, weightlifting. Depending on the size, the shoe can weigh from 5.64 ounces to 7.4 ounces. The upper completely envelopes the foot and it actually seals your foot in the shoe, and it does a really good job at keeping debris out. These shoes are machine washable. They're also good for climbing and running on grass. They're great for walking and hiking. According to numerous wear testers, the KMD EVO is a good solution for treatment of shin splints and runner's knee. So that's basically all of the great things that I really appreciate about the Vibram Five Fingers KMD EVO. So if you want a flexible, non-arch, supportive, minimalist running shoe for forefoot running with just a tad more protection than typical barefoot shoes, and you run a lot of marathons, it is clear that the Vibram Five Fingers KMD EVO are for you. You can still feel the ground, but not to the point where the ground feels uncomfortable, which is why the KMD EVOs are very well received and popular among marathoners. What is more is that the lack of stability structures in the KMD EVO is what delivers real medicine to your foot. These shoes don't suppress your foot's function. That's what really matters. When your foot works on its own, the muscles and soft tissues in the feet are more actively engaged. So the bottom line here is that it's going to be easier for you to avoid running injuries when your feet are strong. If you are injured, there's still hope for you to get off the sidelines in the Vibram Five Fingers KMD EVO, as you can do no wrong in these shoes. According to numerous wear testers on Amazon or on Zappos, their reports affirm that the Vibram Five Fingers KMD EVO is a great proto barefoot shoe that will inject new life into your feet, into your posture, into your running form. So just a note on the sizing, not all Vibram sizes are created equal. So because the Vibram Five Fingers KMD EVO fits like a glove, you should consider choosing or selecting a running shoe size that is larger than your regular shoe size. So for more information on forefoot running versus heel strike running, please head on over to my blog, runforefoot.com. You will also find more reviews and recommendations on barefoot inspired footwear that I feel are best suitable for forefoot running. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay up to date on all the latest research regarding the biomechanics of running and how to run with greater efficiency. Thanks for listening and watching. Have fun out there on the roads. Bye for now.